Hello all, welcome to episode 106 of Talk Wrestling here on NoDQ.com, as well as all of our various affiliates throughout the World Wide Web. Thank you all for continuing to subscribe. Keep going. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your family to subscribe. Tell people who don't watch wrestling to subscribe. I don't even care who watches the show. Just get people subscribing. Okay, anyway. This show is going to be a little bit like we did a couple weeks back, or a couple shows back, whatever it was. We're going to do a little bit of a review instead of a preview this time of the Raw and Impact, and as well as the rest of the WWE TV, the first week of the new Monday Night Wars. WWE came out, I feel, kind of flat for their first week against Impact. The biggest development of the whole night was it wasn't even development, it was just a continuation of the story. Was Mr. McMahon against John Cena in the main event on Raw, and he basically put John Cena through the ringer, through the gauntlet, if you will. He had him against Vladimir Kozlov, Drew McIntyre, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, and Batista. I liked Kofi coming out and kind of trying to make the save for Cena, and Batista pretty much just wiping him out. I didn't like the part about Batista wiping him out, obviously, but I did like the fact that they're throwing Kofi into the main event level. We may see Kofi at Money in the Bank. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool to see him in Money in the Bank this year. Other than that, Raw was, I feel, flat. I mean, you know, you had Legacy and Orton, which was an advertised main event match, and that turned out okay. You know, it was what it was. It was a handicap match. You're not going to get too much of a good thing out of a handicap match, I don't think, personally. And you know, you had that no contest for the tag title, for the non-title match between the tag champions, Show Miz and R-Truth and John Morrison. There go the dogs. Here we go. You had a Divas match where Eve once again picks up the win in a match. This time she actually pinned the Divas champion, Maurice. Not sure how I feel about that. Eve, she's very good to look at. There's no doubt about that. She's awesome to look at. But is she a viable contender? Is she a viable wrestler? I don't know. I find it hard to buy that. I really do. Michaels Undertaker has been made a pinfall or submission only match. There must be a winner in this match. That kind of adds intrigue to me. That kind of adds a development for me that I like in that Undertaker Shawn Michaels WrestleMania match. It must be a winner. Although, honestly, who believed last year was going to be counter disqualification? Really? You know, they haven't had a DQ victory in a long time for Undertaker WrestleMania match. So, you know, I believe the last time was WrestleMania 9 versus Giant Gonzalez. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the last time it was a DQ victory. So, who's really going to believe it's going to happen that way anyway? So, I don't know. Evan Bourne is in Money in the Bank. He qualified against William Regal. Sheamus will face Triple H at WrestleMania as of a result of a confrontation we had Monday night. So, you know, it's all starting to come together. WrestleMania really is. As far as NXT goes, the Tuesday night show, once again, the losing streak of Daniel Bryan continues. He's 0-2 or 0-3 or something now. He and Miz lost their match to R-Truth and David Otunga. There, of course, was some infighting between he and Miz. So, I personally would like to see Daniel face Miz at WrestleMania for the U.S. title and see him capture the U.S. Championship, the first rookie to capture a title. We had the first rookie beat a pro on Tuesday night. We had Heath Slater defeat Carlito. Christian's rookie defeated Carlito. That was interesting. CM Punk is sort of trying to enlist his rookie Darren Young into the Straight Edge Society, trying to slowly work his way into his mind, so to speak. I don't see Darren Young joining the Straight Edge Society. It's going to lead to conflict, I think. But we'll see. And of course, Christian and MVP defeated. I'm sorry, that's on Smack. That's on Superstars. Justin Gabriel defeated Wade Barrett. So we had Matt Hardy's rookie defeat Chris Jericho's rookie. That's interesting. Good development there. Superstars. Not a whole lot of storyline development, just some great matches. Dolph Ziggler over Shelton Benjamin, Goldust over Mike Knox, Zack Ryder over Santino, and Christian MVP over Carlito and Chavo. Just a great set of matches. Good stuff. Smackdown, you had Tiffany make her, I think it was her in-ring debut. I could be wrong, but I think pretty sure it's her in-ring debut. And she defeated Michelle McCool by DQ, thanks to interference from, of course, Vicky and Layla. Crime Time versus Hart Dynasty ends in a no contest due to the Undertaker interfering. That's 2 matches in a row with a no finish. With a lame finish, anyway. Drew McIntyre defeated some jobber to qualify for Money in the Bank. Why are we having more than 8 guys? Last year we had 8. The year before that we had 7. Why are we adding into 9 and even 10 Money in the Bank? I get that we want to put as many people as possible to a point, but that's a lot of people Money in the Bank. That's a lot of people. I don't see that many people working in one match. It's going to be a clusterfuck. It really is. Big Show defeated John Morrison, while R-Truth defeated The Miz in a battle of the Tag Team Champions in singles competition. Kane defeated Luke Gallows, I believe by disqualification as well because of the interference of CM Punk. And the Society was also trying to torment Rey Mysterio and his family. It looks like it's going to be a Rey Mysterio CM Punk match, which has been rumored for months and months now. So finally leading toward that development. And Chris Jericho got his revenge on Edge by attacking him during the highlight reel. Overall, WWE TV fell kind of flat for me, which is needless to say. TNA, again, didn't do too much better. You had Hogan and Abyss versus Flair and AJ twice during the course of the 2 hours. The first time Sting interfered and attacked the babyfaces and turned heel, essentially. And then later on, major brawling going on. Abyss Black Hole slams AJ and gets the win. And Desmond Wolfe attacks Hogan and Abyss after, but Jeff Hardy makes his return and that clears the ring. So, just for Jeff Hardy to come back in the last 5 minutes, and then Impact goes off the air early because of a miscue or a mishap, whatever happened. You didn't even see Jeff Hardy hit the Swanton at the end of Impact like he was supposed to. Just that's like WCW bad as far as missing cues. Hogan missed his cue earlier in the night, then to try to save Rob Van Dam from his beatdown from Sting after RVD pinned Sting 1, 2, 3 in about 15 seconds, maybe 25. Just a lot of miscues, a lot of things not happening the right way. Sting shoving Dixie Carter. That's not Sting. That's not Sting. Come on. Sting doesn't shove women. That's ridiculous. Doug Williams defended the X Division title against both Kazarian and Daniels and won. And then Shannon Moore made his TNA return and attacked Doug Williams, which made Eric Bischoff announce, okay, it's going to be Doug Williams versus Shannon Moore at Destination X coming up this Sunday. Interesting. The Beautiful People, Velvet and Madison, and by proxy, Lacey Von Erich, are the new TNA Knockout Tag Team Champions. They finally vacated the Knockout Tag titles after the departure of Awesome Kong, who was champion with Hamada. The Beautiful People defeated Angelina Love and Tara, and Sarita and Taylor Wilde, of course. Nash and Eric Young came out to talk about Hall and Waltman. And basically, it's going to be Destination X, Nash and Waltman against, Hall and Waltman against Nash and Eric Young. And if Hall and Waltman win, they get their contracts. If they don't win, they're gone. Kind of not too difficult to see what's going to happen there. Eric Young beat Waltman in an impromptu match on Impact, with Bischoff making the match. Kurt Angle cut a All-American promo with the troops there, with the Humvee there, with all the stuff there, and he beat up Ken Anderson after. And basically just put Anderson in his place, said, I'm an American. There you go. Beard Money defeated Jeff Jarrett, with Mick Foley trying to help as special referee, but to no avail. So apparently tonight on Impact we're going to see some Bischoff-Foley interaction as a result of that. That was really it for Impact. I mean, they have the build. They were supposed to have the build toward the main event tonight, which is AJ and Hardy, but they missed the Swanton at the end on AJ, which kind of negates the whole build in the first place. So, we'll see how they play that out tonight on Impact. Again, both shows need to step up their game. Impact drew a 1.0. 1 point, and was rounded. It was a 0.98. They rounded it up to a 1.0 for whatever reason they did, to make it look better, I guess. I don't know. But and Raw drew a 3.4, which is typical for Raw. Both shows, if Impact's going to compete, they need to step it up. And once Impact starts to compete, Raw needs to step it up and not rest on their laurels and go, they're not going to do nothing. That's okay. They need to step it up. They need to step it up, both shows. Other than that, not a whole lot going on in the wrestling world. 2 more inductees announced for the Hall of Fame. Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball. Bob Uecker is going to be into the WWE Hall of Fame as a celebrity inductee. That'll be cool to see. And announced earlier today, Gorgeous George, one of the most famous wrestlers of the 50s and early part of the wrestling television era, will be on the WWE Hall of Fame as of this year. That's very cool for me to hear. Never really saw a whole lot of Gorgeous George on tape or anything, but I know he made a huge impact in the world of wrestling, so congratulations to him. Bob Uecker, of course. Ueck's awesome. I love Bob Uecker. I always liked Mr. Belvedere. I always liked him at WrestleMania, so, you know, I'm all for that to a point. I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of the celebrity inductees in any way. You know, I've said that before on both shows that I've done in the past, but, you know, whatever works for them, you know. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week of Talk Wrestling. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, subscribe. Next week, next show, back to the mailbag. All right, we'll see you next time.